Hi all. Now I welcome you to the demo session of S3 bucket with CloudFront, right? So let us go to the demo part. Now we are going to launch the buckets objects through, or you can say we are going to launch our website through by using your CloudFront. And what happens is CloudFront is basically like it will be choosing S3 bucket as your origin server. And from that origin server, we are going to finally deploy our CloudFront service. So for that, what you need to do is firstly go to S3, click on S3. And this is your S3 dashboard. Now, what you need to do here is you need to create a bucket. Now, why you need to create a bucket? Because CloudFront will take your bucket as a origin server and will take those pages from S3 only, right? So we need to create a bucket here. So click on create bucket. Always remember your bucket name is not including your capital letters or special symbols. So, and it is also unique name. So let us say the bucket name is Sonam bucket 1011. You need to choose a AWS region. Okay, that's good for me. ACL is disabled. I need not to block all the public access because I need to open that particular website for the public, right? So I'll just untick this, but I will acknowledge that current settings might result in the bucket and the objects within the bucket become public. Now, because I'm unblocking this as access, so obviously the buckets and the objects are becoming the objects which are in the bucket are becoming public, right? Now, just create a bucket. And here you can see this is your final bucket which you have made and their objects can be public. Again, go to this bucket and upload the objects here. So you can click on upload and you can add some files here. For example, I have already made a HTML page for you all. So let us say I am loading these images and one of the HTML page inside my bucket. Okay, and click on upload. So finally, I have deployed my bucket and I have put on some objects in my bucket. Now what I need to do is I want to access this bucket not through S3 but through CloudFront. Now for that, I need to go to CloudFront. Click on CloudFront and just click on create the distribution. You'll create a distribution means you need to have or you need to give a region name. So select the origin. So this is your bucket name, although you can give your own origin name depending upon the HTTP or HTTPS servers you are using, right? The name is okay for you. Origin access means what is the bucket can be accessed through your CloudFront, right? So we want to give it a origin access control and where we need to make certain control settings. So you need to create a control setting. Okay, so this would be your control setting and just create that. You need to associate this bucket with who will be getting an access over that origin. And here you can see there is written, you must update the S3 bucket policy. We will be doing this later on. Okay, and keep all the settings like this. And here, keep all the settings as it is. And here you can see a default root object. So default root object means a specified page on which you want to take your control onto. So let us say that page is being made by me that is called index.html, right? So this is the default root object means my page, this page will be displayed first. So I'll create a distribution. I'll enable, or you can also disable, do not enable the security protections. Okay, and I'll create this distribution. Now here you can see it is a warning which is coming that bucket policy needs to be updated. So what you need to do, you can copy the policy by clicking on this icon icon. And then you can directly go into this link that will directly take you to the S3 bucket policy. Now, this is the same bucket which I have created, Sonam bucket 1011. I'll scroll down and you can here see the bucket policy. I'll edit this. And that policy, what I have copied from there, I'll just paste it down and save the changes. Right? So this bucket policy has been updated. Now again, I'll go to CloudFront. Now what happens? Here you can see this bucket is actually deploying itself. So we need to wait for a second because the deployment, it takes some time. So let us wait for some minutes until and unless it is being deployed. I'll just pause here for a second. Okay. Now, okay, let us see that whether our bucket is deployed or not. So you can see finally it is being deployed, right? Now, this is my bucket. This is my CloudFront distribution, which is being deployed, deployed on May 23, right? And now what we'll do, we will see that how the objects of bucket can be retrieved through CloudFront. So I'll just copy this distribution domain name. I'll copy that in another tab and you can see my HTML page, which I have created. So this is how, if you will be going to refresh that, now you can see how quick this page is being displaying. So that service is all being performed by CloudFront itself. And you must know that CloudFront is basically your edge locations, right? So you can see that we can retrieve the data with much low latency using CloudFront. So this is how we have deployed our CloudFront by using S3 bucket. Thank you so much. That's all for today.